Back to the pack, guys. Today we got week 43 of Arena starting pretty soon here. Closing out week 42. Let me check if the YouTube is actually going live right now. Hold on. 43 of Arena. Oh, looks like it. Great. Thank you for that. All right, how'd we all do? How'd we all do this week? I mean, how did we all do? Not just us. The whole guild. Looks like. I mean, I haven't even done my episode for today, so spoilers. But you know, I've recorded
Are you guys
it.
seeing me on the Discord?
Hmm.
Are you guys seeing my camera on the Discord?
No.
It
I
says
see it on the Discord.
Now I do.
Anyway.
Now I do.
so you see it on the Discord, but I don't see it on the stream. What is going on?
Hold on.
Like okay, there we go. I don't know if it just took a while to update, but on the stream it says like no
Yeah.
camera, but on the Discord it said.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
somewhat
Huh.
of an issue, but
Yeah, no, it was
for a second there.
anyone who's looked at the top leaderboard this week doesn't get much better advertising than that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just chock full of Arena Watch up there at rank 1. So great job to everyone. Trop's gonna have to tag, like his fingers are gonna get tired from all the tagging for the winner of the week.
yeah, I got quite a few more this week, and I don't know. I think Starscream still got to do his, so I'm just gonna wait a little longer until I tag everyone just to make sure nobody's forgotten. So we'll have to see.
All right, there we go. Looks like
But
I got the chat
it's
going.
exciting. Yeah, this definitely. People are gonna
Hold
look
on,
at the
let me read
leaderboards
this.
and they're gonna see, if they don't know us, they're gonna be like, what is everyone in first place?
How's
Nobody
it
doubled
going, Nocturne? Good job this week, by the way. All of our members did good. Not even just the people in first. Like we dominated the top 10 to the top 50.
Yeah, it's
That was pretty good.
we do anything close to that. It's gonna be tough to beat us moving forward. I even posted a screenshot of Trop talking in the Facebook group about we're aiming to be the first, and the other guy was like, "Nah, you guys are gonna be the top guild."
He doesn't understand that the other guilds have a chance because defense teams are gonna really favor. I want to say it's gonna favor Wales just a little bit more. There's some little play here. We'll have some tips and tricks for ourselves that we have down our sleeves, but we'll be up against the Wales basically.
Yep.
Hi, Skull.
Now that Trop has a fully awakened team for a while now. Shouldn't be too hard, but it's still going to be a challenge.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if you have like a fully awakened team, but I think you're getting close.
Mm-hmm.
You have like full awakens mixed with 4 awakens.
Mixed with 2 sometimes. Mixed with 1.
Yeah, and especially I think with the 30% HP bonus, your OKM is going to be hard to take down. Because KSS right now can one-shot it, but maybe with 30% it can't, and then it creates a little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see.
Fully awakened dual magus.
A fully awakened what?
Stars predicting Trop fully awakening his dual magus with his 13k gems or whatever.
I hope I have that kind of luck.
I mean, we'll take what we could get here, right?
Because I'll be able to do the 30 tickets. Because I'm just spending 5 a week to stay at 30. So when he comes out, I'll just do his 30 plus his 10. So that's 40 tickets. And then we'll have to see where luck takes me from there.
Let's see.
Yep.
But now they did a Bones of Baramos rerun, and they did Seraphy rerun. Or no, Bones of Baramos original print.
Bones of Baramos is in a kind of funny place. Kind of like Grokos. He's a good unit, but, Well, Grokos is even better because he's only 50 weight, but like he's a good unit. But wait, is
Bones of
Bone of
Baramos is
Baramos an
50
undead
weight.
or is he
Yeah,
He's undead.
Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. So he's in that same
He's the
spot
only one that you
basically,
can really use your undead shards on, and that makes him even better.
other than people who still don't have a fully awakened White King like me.
Or me, but we're not going to use it on White King.
Not even Awakening Plus will make me want to do that. Unless if there's like a specific thing where I need to clear something, it's like, oh, you need one more point of mana. It's like, okay,
And we
fine.
should mention though, like a quick blurb about this, or like at least I will, because his banner's coming up. I'm not saying for anyone to go hard on Bones of Baramos, but he's better than you may realize. Like his agility with one awaken's already going to be pretty high. You put a little bit of agility on him, you get him in the 400s, and he raises his move up by one each turn. So on turn one he's going to move 3 range 3, turn two he's going to remove 4 range 3, and then turn three he's going to move 5 range 3. At a maximum. So he's got that going for him. His breath can curse someone, which a lot of units don't resist. They're not weak to it as well, but whatever, 50-50. And then he can also envenomate, which I think is maybe going to be underrated with how much HP you get. Even though
3-turn
you get a
arena,
damage
it would
reduction
matter
arena.
a bit more. Envenomate's
Yeah,
going to be
3-turn arena, the
slightly more.
envenomate's going to matter more.
Slightly.
Because they can die on their turn. So I think it's a good unit. I think if you get lucky enough to pull it with tickets, invest in it. I wouldn't go 45k for it, but it's a good unit.
Now, do you think he's better or Grokos is better?
I think he's better for what I'd be trying to do, because Grekos takes till turn 2 just to get 3 movement. Well, this guy gets 3 movement
Honestly,
on turn
for me,
1.
once when that one battle road is reminisced his battle road, I think there's no argument he's the better unit, because it's like, I know that sounds silly, but like if a unit has some sort of use, it is like, I was in my head, I was like, if I could just get Dragon Lord Max Awakened, then I could be able to 2-action DQ1 Battle Road 7, and that would be really nice. But so now Dragon Lord has more priority than he would have, because he already has his one Awaken. You don't typically need to take him farther than that, but
yeah,
I would like to at this point.
Yeah, I mean, also if they reminisce the gold event with Gem Slime's Battle Road was 2 actions.
Well, I don't have Gem Slime, but
yeah, I don't have either Greycoast or Gem Slime, so
that's up to Trop. He has both.
it's up to me to use both those battle roads.
Yeah. So.
And Noct has a good point. I didn't even notice the 4. I didn't even mention the 4 times hit attack down, but that's also good for arena. You hit him with Zam, which I personally don't have a lot of for 50 weight. I don't know if anyone really does. So you hit someone with Zam, and then it brings their attack down. So even if they crit, it'll be a less harmful crit. I think that's pretty good. You can probably expect at least 1 stack down every time you do it. If you're lucky, you can get all 3 and make the guy useless or whatever. But yeah, good unit. Good unit.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, we're all pretty much, a lot of us. How many do we have in first so far this week? What are we looking at as far as that is concerned?
I think 6 last time I checked.
Huh.
I'm not on the app right now.
Okay. So, what made this week easy and what made it difficult? Like, what could have really screwed you?
I think what made it easy and what made it difficult were exactly the same thing. High damage with no HP boost. So, you got a lot of one-hit kills that you haven't been able to get in a while, if ever. And then you also could get killed relatively easily, which hasn't been a thing for a while with all of the arena weeks having the HP boost for quite a while now.
And how did you build your units mostly?
I build them mostly the same as I always do. Agility on the units that needed it to get into the 400s, and HP on Boreal. And
What units were you using?
I ran my typical team of 3S, or yeah, 250 weight S, one 65 weight, 2As. I did implement Gigantus this week because it was physical week and it was an excellent time to use him. He was fairly good. He did exactly what I wanted him to, in that he hit, reasonably hard, and was plenty fast enough and plenty tanky enough.
Mm-hmm.
Never died, which is more than I can say for Boreal.
Yeah.
Even running max HP Boreal, there was definitely some placement mistakes this week where Boreal just got wrecked.
What equipment did you give him?
For Gigantus, I gave him the Beastmaster Claw, and then Magic Armor. Just he didn't need more agility, so I just gave him max HP with the armor.
Is he a tank or attack role?
He's a tank role, so but it doesn't particularly matter because he doesn't have any tanking abilities. So he's for defense or for the AI, he's still gonna attack because that's all he can do.
But he can't wear agility mostly, just that one hat.
Oh yeah. He can only wear the helmets for agility, which it gave him like 11 agility, I think, from my ninja headband, and I didn't feel like it was necessary to go from like 400 and I don't actually remember. I think it was like 450 or something, like from 455 to 466.
Were there any limitations that you encountered with your team? If you had like a chance to do things differently, what would you have done? And I'm giving you access to any units that me or Trop has either. Just FYI.
I mean, I probably would have loved to have a higher awakened King Shi Slime. Would have been good for a lot of matches, but I just didn't feel safe bringing just a one awakened one with no HP boost. Boreal, like I said, I think I lost maybe all of my points to Boreal mispositioning, like positioning mistakes by my own self. Actually, no. One of them was to Alina, my Dragon Lord True Form wasn't Boreal plus Great Dragon wasn't quite able to take out one awakened Alina. And then that Alina moved forward, and Alina spin didn't crit, but that plus Halberd Breath was enough to take out Dragon Lord True Form. And that was the other two were Boreal positioning mistakes that were completely avoidable. So could have easily been at -8.
What about you, Trop? You did something very unusual this week, didn't you?
Yeah, and I wanted to mention it. It's gonna sound funny, like I'm memeing, but I'm not exaggerating. One of the things that made this week easy, or even possible for me, considering some of the, well, what would you call it, troll layouts that I've gotten, where everyone just stuffs everyone to the back and gives them good leadership and stuff. One of the things that made it even remotely possible for, I'd say, 2 matches, that I couldn't have 128'd without was Striking Sabercat. The the unit that I've been getting, trash talked ever since I bloomed it, but um I think a few things did change. One of the things was luck on my part because I didn't plan. I mean, I was planning to use it in Arena eventually. I was always planning that, but the photo really came in handy this week because you'll notice, like I was saying before, one of the reasons I said to teach Saber Cub Snooze or Great Dragon the Snooze Breath is because a lot of big threats are weak to sleep, right? But some of the big threats that aren't weak to sleep are weak to confuse.
Mm-hmm.
And so one team in specific that was kind of like towards the middle of the week, it was extremely tanky. It was a Carver, it was a Dragon Lord True Form, it was like a Metal Dragon, and what was the fourth
If you
one?
took on that team, that means that the other options must have been horrendous.
Yeah, the other options were absolutely horrendous, and I had to pick that team too, and they were all back, and I'm like, I'm gonna get hit anyways by the Metal Dragon and like a few other ones. So if I don't confuse Carver and he gets a hit in, like one of the guys is guaranteed dead. It doesn't need a crit; it just needs to not miss. So being able to move forward with Striking Sabercat and at least confuse the Carver made things at least doable. I still came close to losing like 2 units, but it wasn't really any risk taken. It was just like Marshall plus Breath or some stuff. Like it was. But I don't think I could have done it without fuddling the Carver. Boreal definitely wouldn't have worked there. Claude wouldn't have even worked there. Like it was and I don't know if I'm going to be using this unit every week, but he did honestly save me this week for some of my horrendous buckets. I think he did get a bit of a boost, not hugely, but I didn't really re-roll his weapon that hard. I just did the 5 initial rolls that you get with the weapon, and I got a purple, a gold, and a silver, all for the Frizz Marshall, and I'm like, oh, I have Striking Sabercat, this is probably for him. And the base just gives him some HP, I put the armor on him, and I think, yeah, it was good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those physical units did help out. Nocturnus did see some use. That was interesting, huh? Yeah. You didn't risk bringing that Celery ever, Nocturnus, this week?
Nocturnus never found a spot where he
the
was
65
really...
weight would be worth it. I mean, it's a 240 weight week. It's you could kind of stretch it a little bit.
I would have swapped Nocturnus in for Dragon Lord True Form, but yeah, I never saw those, where I'd rather have the whoosh damage than the frizz damage.
Well, you must have not chose the teams that had the Carvers and whatnot.
Yeah, I generally avoided Carver, but like even Carver wasn't that bad. I actually did a lot of teams with Carver, but Carver's frizz neutral, and my team, like even running Great Dragon Boreal, it actually had a lot of neutral damage with Boreal's rolling attack and Gigantus with his Ultra Stomp. So it really wasn't like Carvers weren't bad at all. And really I just avoided Squid. That was the main one I didn't want to deal with.
Yeah. Squid's really bad if you can't just find a way to block him away from steamrolling your team.
Yeah. Squid using him, on the other hand, was a blast this week.
I told people to do that. I was like, you got to use Squid and like Terry. Squid and Terry's a good combo, or Squid and Elena, or all three.
Well, you didn't need the combo. Squid on his own one-shot
theoretically,
Dragon.
Right? Like, does he take any sort of leadership? Did you give him leadership ever? Squid? No leadership. You didn't either? Neither of you guys did?
I was actually using Marshall. Like, I had 3 benefiting from Marshall, right? I had the Metal Dragon KSS. And
so you gave the leadership to the Marshall because the physical was strong enough.
Yep.
Did anyone else give Nocturnus claws, or was that just me?
I don't know.
I gave him the golden claws. The golden claws had enough attack already, and he just got a little... No. Did I give him the I don't know. I think I gave him the golden claws, and I gave him the liquid metal jacket. He had so much attack. He just did enough damage. I didn't care. I didn't need to give him anything else. It was perfect. It was working out just fine. So I just gave everyone on my team. Like, everyone on my team had agility. Like, next to everybody on my team had agility. Just watch the teams that I ran this week. It's stupid. Like, someone...
Starscream's just a Saber Cat hater.
Starscream's a Saber Cat hater? Oh, no.
He's like, could have taught Claude or Percival Fuddle and ended up with a better unit.
Maybe. That's not a bad thing to point out. I guess striking Sabercat has, like, you don't have to worry about defense. So maybe
he can do like 600 on Brilliant though, or almost.
Yeah, it's not bad.
With KSS leadership, even more when Dual Magus leadership comes in, it's not, incredibly noticeable. But when you think of like how many Nocturnus you'll see, the fact that he gets to ignore the defense, like, I'm still not saying he's top tier, but I gotta give him some credit. I did win with it. Trop gave his claws to it.
That 20% boost isn't nothing. You know who else has that 20% boost? Orgo Daemir base form. He has that 20% boost with his Frizz Breath. So I think he's going to scale well if he gets a bloom, technically. He has 3 movement. He has, basically fire with a, like, damage down chance on it. He's pretty crazy, but he's not scaled well. So, I mean, he scaled well for future bloom, but like at base right now, he's kind of in a weird position. His equivalent to Psy Cannon is very low range for the cast, right? Like, it could be farther out for the multi-hit, but for the initial cast, it's really short. And you don't want to rely on the multi-hit to land on a corner in a weird spot. That's, even though there's 8 hits, you don't want to rely on that ever. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is the music? I put music in the background. Is it too loud or is it too quiet? What do you guys think? Listening to the stream.
I don't hear it at all.
Let me turn it up. I put DQ9 music.
Then again, I'm not listening to your stream. I'm just listening to the Discord.
Oh.
I just turned the volume on for the stream for a minute. It seems like a good volume at all.
I just turned it up.
Before I turned it up.
I just turned it up, so I don't know. We'll let the chat decide if that's better. And then DQ9 music seems too battle oriented. Some of them doesn't seem calm like DQ8. Maybe I'll switch to DQ8. You guys like DQ8?
It's a fan favorite.
It's a fan favorite. Okay, we'll switch to DQ8. Ba, 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 ba.
See, we actually prefer some Eminem 50 Cent, just put some.
Yeah, of course, copyrighted music, of course. You know I got that money, that shmoney for this stream. I got all the, royalties paid and everything, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
You know me.
You want to invest in your stream quality.
Exactly. I have not been reading back at the chat. Hopefully you guys have. Hi, it's mostly highs. Domagus, One Can Hope, Bones of Baramos, should have taught Claude. Yeah, but if you watch back at my streams, like everybody ever in my team has like agility. And I've been telling everybody, agility is the best stat this week. And then it's like HP if you have like physical units, because they're gonna deal enough damage. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They were dealing enough damage. They just had to outspeed, not miss, which is something physical units never had the chance to just build straight agility, because then they lose out on damage. But now you kind of got both, right? You already have one, you just get the other. So, I don't know. I just went agility, and I think it paid off for me at least. Then again, I had easy buckets. I had a few questionable ones, but I think I had the easiest buckets this week that I've ever had. Probably. Mixed in with like a few bad matches. It was weird.
But you were saying that even those bad matches had good positioning.
Some of them did. Like, and those weren't, that's not what I would consider a bad match, because I would predict a fully awakened Nocturnus not to be in that back middle position, right? Like, I would expect, like, I would have been shocked if Nocturnus was put there. And I would probably lost points, but you know. But I would have been shocked to say the least. Hopefully, I would attack turn 1 with whoosh resistant units at slight range, so that way on turn 2 he wouldn't be able to use his typeless against me because I'd be out of range. He would use his whoosh. The whoosh would do less damage, or he would use the Zam, less damage, whatever. That's what I would do, and hopefully I would survive. But I don't know. I think I would have lost points basically. So I'm glad, I had to face a few knocks. None of them were in that spot. I've had a few Dragon Lord True Forms in that spot. I had a few healers in that spot, and I would you typically rage if you saw a Seraphie in that spot, but it kind of worked out. It was a bad position, but there's almost nowhere else that the units could run on turn 2. Like, the map there's no spot. Like, that's as far back as the map goes. Usually, the back position sucks. And then there's all this extra space behind them that they could run to and make it worse. It's like, it was bad, but the units couldn't run back and make it worse. So that was definitely, I think, what made this week so good. Now, moving on to this following week, what do we got here with this map? What do you guys think about this map for A units?
I mean, it seems really easy unless I'm missing something. There's no barriers.
And I think we have enough A ranks with high damaging abilities, A rank abilities. Do you think we're finally going to have someone with a perfect A rank week? Or has that already been done? It might have already been done.
I don't think it's been done. I think it's gotten close.
Yeah, 2688. Has anyone got a perfect week? Do you think this is going to be the week, though?
2680.
Do you guys think that someone could do it? Probably. Looking at it.
I think so.
Yeah, A ranks are way more powerful now.
Yeah, I feel like between the blooms and the high range units, like it feels like it should be possible this week. And the map being, of course, very helpful. So we'll see, but I feel like it should be possible. We're not running into. I don't even remember. Did we get the last A and below? Was that right after Boreal Bloom came out?
I have no idea.
It's been a while.
But it was a bad map.
I
know it was a bad map. Most of the A rank weeks are, I mean, not as bad as the first. The first one was horrendous. But which is like, it was already, insult to injury. It was like, you're never going to kill anyone with A rank units. So it's like putting everyone so far back and all these barriers, it made it like, it exacerbated the issue. But look what they did here. They stuffed this in right before the 3 turn, 30% HP rule change. They stuffed this in while they had the chance. So I don't know. I think this is going to work out pretty well for some people. I don't think I'll get first because I don't have my units prepared. But I think a lot of the guild members should be able to make it.
Well, you still got a ton of good beasts, and you've got Claria, you got Kiefer, like you got some stuff to make it.
I'll have to definitely switch out units a lot this week. Kind of like what I did with the physical week. I was switching units like crazy this week. Because it's like physical. Okay, we're connected. But yeah,
basic. Our viewers will panic.
Yeah, our viewers will panic. You're not two-turning Gigantes, Gator, Ragnar combo if they're built for HP. Maybe not. We would have maybe if the Vendor Ghost had its had its bloom in time, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen. As much as people are begging for it.
Alligator could be a problem.
Yeah, I was thinking because Alligator would be nice with Boreal Leader, and that's pretty much the only unit I think that would be good with Boreal Leader. Mostly, I mean, you could argue Orochi, but I don't. Not that good. He has the rolling attack, and that's it, right?
Yeah, for physical.
Yeah, and then the rest is just breath.
Yeah.
It's not the best breath, but it's okay.
And Alligator does resist bang and crack, so if you want to troll someone, that's the unit.
Bang and crack. Are those good?
Yeah, I mean, Boreal, Claria have crack. Bang. I mean, I
Slon?
guess Swan has Bang.
Slon's a good unit. He's always been good for these A rank and below weeks. And now my agility robes for him would be even better. So, no, robes, jackets.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think that middle spot this week, like I love this map. For me, I think the middle spot's going to go to Claude, and it's going to give everyone leadership around him. So I think that's why I want to go all beasts. Like I want to make the most out of my boost.
Middle, or like front middle, because you could technically put him where Vendor Ghost is and still be able to hit the king slime there, right? If you wanted to.
Yeah, but if you put him here, you can hit King Slime and the other 2 slimes.
Wait, how many steps is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you could put him where Vendor Ghost is and hit everybody.
1, 2, yeah. I guess you can.
Yeah, that's probably the better spot anyway. But then you could put someone like Boreal where Boreal is. Maybe breath some of the backline units. Rolling attack. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think Boreal, surprisingly, Boreal and Claude won't overlap with their abilities. So you could definitely put Claude behind Boreal and use that to a very effective degree, I think.
I'm gonna have to see whether I want to make Percival super fast so that he can pull a back row unit, or whether that'll
Percival's already super fast. I mean, the only time you're going to want to speed him up is if the enemy has a Percival as well, and I don't know. And you sped up one of your other units, so you made your Percival super fast. You made someone really close, and then you could pull an enemy Percival, finish him off before he does anything. But that's about it, I think.
Yeah.
He's pretty tanky.
I can definitely see myself losing points on death this week, because if I'm going to go all beast, they're all super, like, blitz strategy, but they're all super fragile as well. And I don't know, I'm feeling the beasts. It might not be smart, to not use Clary and to not use Kiefer and stuff like that, but I think 10% beast is
if someone did go full dragon, it wouldn't actually be that bad using KBS, sorry. Because if he's doing the multi-hit with the poison, like Heligator, because Starscream's like, you're not two-turning Gigantes, Heligator, Ragnar. But if you hit him with that multi-hit, just that tick of damage, like if you built him for agility, that's what I would do. I would build him for agility so he wouldn't miss. Hit that multi-hit, he'd get a tick of poison damage that turn and the next turn, which is, I know it's poison, but like, it's not that bad. Like if you're against all dragons, it's not that bad.
Sure,
but that's a niche. That's a niche for sure. But you could counter, beast teams, you could counter with sleep, dragon teams with poison. There's a lot of play here, I think. Viz Major doesn't seem too bad. I think there's a few rows he could hit, right? Yeah, there's a few. There's 2 units where he's standing at least, compared to where the enemy is, where he could definitely hit. So that's not bad. He's still, he's not as good as Claria, because Claria, you could put someone else where he is, right, to inhabit that space, and then Claria could be back, which I think is far more effective. But it's still not bad. It's still pretty good. I think he's gonna actually have a chance at being decent this week, because the positioning isn't horrible for him. Do we have any other A rank casters? I mean, we have B+, but that's it, right? Like Alphen and who else?
Like the A type, yeah. I think that covers it. If you want to bring mages, sure. Can work.
No, I mean, like, most teams could use a Claria, even if they're full dragon, full beast. They could still use Claria because she's just that good.
Yeah.
You could slip her in on any team. She doesn't need a leadership boost. She doesn't need anything. She's just fine,
I mean, it's true, yeah. If I don't need Slon, I'd probably take him out for Claria.
As far as A ranks go, she's above average for agility, right, compared to most A ranks. So she wouldn't need too much. I mean, if there was, like... What's Percival week 2? Crack Bang?
Crack.
Yeah, so if she wanted to outspeed Percival, that's not happening.
Yeah.
But, no, not even with the staff and thing I have, no. But you could get close, You could get close.
Claws.
You could give her claws, technically, and the jacket. But, yeah, I don't know. She's not one-shotting him, so that's a problem.
Members. Like I'm not going to be able to bring this guy. I don't know if any of us are.
Who? What
But a
guy?
one awakened Perv? No.
Pruslas.
Pruslos?
Pruslas, yeah.
Prusles. My good friend,
So-
Prusles.
So with the beastly leadership, I'd bring him this week if I can. But yeah, the Cracker Whack, like even at one awaken, I think with the Cracker Whack and the range 3 zap,
What
I
is
think
the
he's
range
gonna
3
be
zap?
really
Is
good.
it a B rank ability? What is that?
I think it's B rank for the zap, but the
But
Cracker
it's,
Whack.
it's against A rank units. That's not bad. And does that give him a boost attacking with the 3 range ability? Does that, like, trigger anything? Does he have a passive boost or anything? He's not like Boreal where he attacks and then, his breath is maxed. His breath maxes his attack or whatever.
Well, he greatly raises his attack turn 1 anyways, and greatly raises his move.
Oh,
Close
there
the
you go.
distance.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I think he'll be
Plus
solid.
2 attack, plus 2
say-
move. That's not bad.
Yeah, as an A rank unit, in future A and below weeks, I don't know if One Awake is gonna cut it.
It could.
Uh,
I mean, you definitely,
For this-
like, people already have him. So once when the week resets, they could definitely get him to 1 awake and maybe even... No one could get him to 2, right?
Mhm.
How much do you get for clearing Pruseless 10?
Clearing 10, you get 1,000. So
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
think
hi,
you'll-
Avery. Avery's tuning into the Arena Watch. It's awesome.
Oh, that's a first ever. As the Zap is a B rank, by the way. Cracker Whack is the only A move.
Yep.
Yeah, he seems to fit in a lot well with the other... What is it? The other trial
Yes.
units, because all the other trial units seem to have a decent B rank ability, but, paired up with an A rank. And his seems like one of the strong... Cracker Whack is a decent ability. It's not... It's not the strongest ability. It's not as, higher percentage roll like Elena's is, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. Like 375% at plus 10. That's respectable. Especially considering he's getting 2 attack stacks at turn 1. Who knows what he could do with that, And if you manage to bring what's his face? Pruseless, and you do pair him with Gildan Breeches, then he's really good. Even when awakened, that's insane, right? Because if you give claws to Gildan Breeches goes first. Commander's orders, maybe himself and 2-3 people, potentially 2-3 other people, or maybe just one. And Pruseless being one of them, his attack up is going to last a few more turns. How many turns is the initial thing? It's just 1 turn for the...
just one turn.
Yeah. So it's going to make it 3 stacks rather than 2, and it's going to last basically for the duration of all your turns. Hopefully being 2 and not 3 or 4. If you're aiming for that, right? But if you're trying to just get 3 or 4, that's fine. Just try and do a little better than you usually do. I think that would get you there, right? What do you think? A 3 attack up Pruseless, even at 1 awaken, would still be insane. Because look, I have Boreal on my team. He's 1 awaken, but he's bloomed and he's still worth it. And I think a Pruseless, because he does have an A rank ability, just like Boreal, even though he doesn't have the boost from the stats from the bloom, he's still pretty good. So actually might be a lot stronger, because Cracker Whack is obviously stronger than Rolling Attack. You would be able to start off with the 3 attack stacks right then and there. You wouldn't have to wait after you breath to then do the Rolling Attack. It would just be straight away into the Cracker Whack if you wanted. Really, depending on where you put him, you could really hit 2 units with Cracker Whack on turn 1. That would be insane. Give him agility, not too much. Obviously, you still want Gildan Breeches to be faster. Maybe you give him Pyramid Claws or whatever, the Golden Claws. Just kind of like what I did with the Physical Week. It wouldn't be bad. I think he could just blitz somebody. What do you guys think? But again, depending on where people are positioned, he may only be able to hit 1 unit. But there's only really 2 untargetable spots, looks like, for Prusilus. And not untargetable, I meant untargetable by the A rank ability. Looks like Nocturne needs some help on floor 33. That would be Celery, but you would have to enlist his help.
Yeah.
He has a lot of time, but I'm not going to promise it's too much time because I don't speak for him, obviously. But he does seem to be our best guild member for that. And I do appreciate... Nocturne came on my stream, actually, and he was able to solve why the AI was behaving the way the AI was behaving. Oh my god. Not all of it. There's still one thing that makes absolutely no sense, and he couldn't make sense of it. I couldn't make sense of it. I used Kaleidocat instead of OKM, and I had to rank up my Kaleidocat. I had to give him two awakenings from the shop, or 1 awakening. I can't remember, from the shop, because he was a bit behind. Right, I hadn't put any work into him. I plus 10'd his ability. It was awful. This is like stuff I was going to spend on Jessica. So I was really pissed that I had to do this.
Yeah.
All because the dragon zombie wouldn't choose to breath my OKM, who he would hit 337 damage on, by the way. And instead, dragon zombie chooses to breath 3 units together that are... one of them is the cover unit, obviously. And each hit is like 65 damage each. So I'm just like, wait, what the heck? Then all I did was change out OKM for Kaleidocat, and it worked. Even though it would be the same 337 damage to OKM, 337 damage to Kaleidocat, he would not target OKM no matter what I did. And I had to waste so many resources to sub in Kaleidocat instead. It was annoying. And another thing was like killing the there was a Hackosaurus at the bottom. Killing him a turn sooner than I was killing him. Otherwise, the Forest Dragon wouldn't switch to using the damage reduction thing that he does, as well as the Cracker Whack. He was stuck doing the breath res down the corrosive breaths instead, which I wanted to pull out my hairs because I couldn't get him to stop doing that. And Nocturne's like, I think I figured it out. He's killing him a turn sooner, and you're just letting him live. And that's what it was. So I don't know. Yeah. We know more about the ins and outs of that fight than anyone else at this point, because I didn't just follow the video to a T. That's where I go wrong. I'm like, I could fine-tune this. And it's like, no, there's the reason why he put it there and there and there. You just don't know, right? What the engineer, AI manipulation engineer was doing there. He's basically, engineering this whole system for taking out a unit. It's just crazy.
Because we're so used to arena manipulation and like making our own strategies. So then
exactly, because on arena you have to think on your feet. You can't rely on resetting. You can't, So I'm going for the most efficient route possible. I'm not trying to, fine tune for this specific match. I'm trying to best case all scenarios, digital communist strategy all the way. But it really doesn't work out for PvE. I don't know. I like coming up with something, because it's like, if I'm going to not finish all the blossoming... I'm hoping to finish all the blossoming doors. But if I'm not going to finish all the blossoming doors and I'm stuck doing this strategy again, I want to have something worked out that's a bit faster each time. And that's why I was doing the other way. But it's like, whatever. I still can't... I still don't know why it was targeting OKM. All OKM had was a flail and Hela's armor. Had nothing to do with Zambreath. Nothing. The damage wasn't reduced by the Zambreath. Nothing. I didn't get it. Did he have a larger HP pool? Was that it? Because that's the only thing he had over Kaleidocat is a larger HP pool. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. And there's no status effect. It's basically there's no reason he would not attack OKM and attack Kaleidocat, but that's just, I don't know. They're both standing in the exact same spot on the exact same turn. Made no sense. Okay, going back to Arena, though, and not units that you could buy with Arena medals like Kaleidocat, yeah, we could definitely think about, our guild's expanding, obviously, into, we have a lot of content creators, so we're expanding into different things we could do for the community. Obviously, we have the Arena Watch podcast. For people just trying to just step up their Arena game, you don't have to be, like, perfecting everything. Like, this isn't, like, we're not trying to, like, show off our supremacy here. We're actually trying to help people at least step up a little bit here and there, make some, like, manageable goals. But yeah, so we have that. We have, I think we might be doing some tier lists. I'll be asking Celery a lot of questions. He'll be providing all the answers, as it usually goes. And Celery does coach people through some stuff. I have a lot of resources as far as videos are concerned for clears. If they're not already on the Discord, I could, throw down a search result if anyone needs it. So we definitely are expanding in a few different areas too. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If something was HB % taken, maybe I just needed to take off the armor from OKM and see if he would be targeted. Then he'd have less HP, maybe. But yeah, what should we talk about next? We talked about some good units, some good leaders like Boreal versus the Beast route. Is there a non-Beast or Boreal route? Is there a magic? Is there a magic route? 5% magic?
We could have like a 5-minute blurb about
there was
our Arena Watch, and kind of, because what I don't think a lot of people know from JP how the tiers work and everything. So if you want to enlighten them on that could be pretty fun. Tell them how the
craziest thing that I realized about rewards is, you're only getting the payout from stamina usage once a month for, like, what is it, 2,000 at the cap, at the highest rank?
Yeah.
Whereas Arena is going to pay out twice a month at 2,500 each. So you're looking at 5,000. So it's a bit more efficient to aim for. You do want a bit of a hybrid of both, right? But it is more efficient to aim for Arena, it does seem like. But yeah, having whales is going to help out for both of those, though. Someone who is refreshing, someone who does have a good defense team. I think that's probably the best route to go. But for, everyone else like us, we're trying to manage a budget and help out other players, expand, and with their knowledge. Obviously, if we're helping out people do better, the people not listening to our advice fall, if someone's moving up, someone's moving down in the rankings, usually. Unless if everyone scores perfect, then, which won't happen for the Guild Wars, but for regular Arena, at the very least, if everyone technically scored a perfect, then no one's interfering with anybody. But yeah.
Like, I've been thinking, what kind of content can we release for Guild Wars that'll help people and not hurt us at the same time?
Well, it's not just not hurt us. It's like everybody's going to aim for not hurting us. It's just the way that I think the natural course of it's going to fall into place. I think a lot of guilds might have their own little trade secrets. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe every week there's going to be a surprise for what they're going to throw out. I'm not going to be like, hey, guys, this is what I recommend for defense team, and this is what I'm going to do. It's like, okay, well, go ahead, counter my defense team. That's why I like helping people for the main arena, and it's like, it doesn't actually hurt me. Like, if I go in first place, if I get if I get first, or if I get 10th or top 50, usually helping out other people is not going to interfere with me. It just helps increase interest in Arena and a fun kind of environment. In general, we tend to have more people in first now than we did before. I think a lot of the ins and outs of Arena have been discovered. And the fact that people are brave enough to make the switch to, say, a more aggressive base team has enabled a lot of people to also do that. And a lot of the teams that we face are a bit safer, because if their positioning is aggressive,
you could probably take them out and they could take you out, but it's like, that's fine because you're still in first or you're still in 10th. It's like, that's okay. That doesn't really affect you. Whereas with the Guild Wars, it would be a bit difficult. I would still, there's probably some general advice that we could still give, right? Like that wouldn't,
Look at Nocturne's comment. This might be the best approach to it. Which I think we'll
let's
get a
see
lot
how
of
the balance
interest.
is. Want to help people while recommending they bring bunny corn. I mean, bunny corn's not a bad unit. I've seen them used places, but
No, I mean
depends.
No, Nocturne's comment, but yeah, the bunny corn too.
Bunny corn's not bad.
It's like weekly
Bunny corn's
recaps.
great.
So we could talk about everything we did to win after the fact.
After the fact, we could give a recap. You know what I would do? I would give a recap of what guilds that I think did a good job.
Yeah, that can work too.
And I would review other guilds. I wouldn't go too deep into like all the strategies they did, because at the same time, I don't want, like, if I face their guild, because if we get to the very end and we faced off each other, I don't want to reveal their secrets. Hopefully they don't reveal ours. I don't know, but I'm still going to review them overall and say how they did if I face them. That's going to be fun. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I record me taking on, I mean, other than me not recording me setting up the defense team, should I record me facing off other people's teams? I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but we could definitely review it, and we could throw it on the Arena Watch podcast. We could still review everyone every 2 weeks, you know, and be like,
we could like discuss and stuff, because that could be good. Like, I think
and
people
kind of maybe give like kind of like these vague kind of community awards. Like we give like this week's, you know, MVP is like this up and coming guild or whatever. We could definitely do that, I think.
Highlight other guilds, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would give people a bit of involvement, and I feel like that promotes a healthy arena community. Because I don't want to be all closed off and like completely dominate. And we could, I mean, we might still be able to do that, but it's like I still want other people to, wherever their goals are, enjoy that.
Yeah,
to some extent.
Yeah,
sure.
and I think what Trop was requesting earlier was an overview of how what we understand about the guild versus guild so far.
Yeah.
Is that
okay?
And
what do we know?
I don't remember if we went over it on a previous podcast or if that was just on one of our calls.
I think it was on a call. So if you want to inform me, you can go ahead. You know, let them about the tiers, the qualifiers. Let them know.
So, what we know is that each season is 2 weeks long. Prior to each season, I haven't seen any confirmation on if it's 1 day or multiple days. But prior to each season, there's a qualifying round where you'll go up against 4 other guilds, and depending on your record over the course of those 4 matches determines what tier or class you get placed into. So if you go 4-0, you'll get placed into the highest one, which is the Master League. What league you get placed into. There we go. So 4-0 will get you Master League, and then the lowest one I think is Bronze. So it's like Master, Gold, Silver, Bronze, something like that. Are the 4 leagues 4 or 5? Because you could go.
It's 5.
Five. So Master, Platinum, Gold, Silver, Bronze, something like that. And ranging from 4 wins for Master to 0 wins for Bronze. And then the season, we don't know, or at least I haven't seen confirmed, how the actual rankings or battles will work out. I'm expecting 1 guild per day. You'll face off against however many matches they do, and then either based on overall points or on individual guild win-loss ratio, you'll be ranked at the end of the season. And then at the end of the season, the 2-week season, the top 4 will get gem rewards for that season. And the way that the leagues are set up, the way that the rewards are set up for the leagues, the platinum, or the next lower league, if you want 3 and 1 in your qualifiers, if you win that league, you'll get the same amount of gems as the third place from the Master League. So, and then it's actually a little bit scaled up on the lower ones, where if you win the Gold League, you'll get more than the third place on the Platinum League, and same going down. So it still gives some good incentives to do your best, no matter how you do in your qualifiers, because you can actually end up, if you're maybe the 4th best guild, but you end up against one of the other 3 in your qualifier, so you end up in that second tier, that platinum league, you can actually get more gems than you might normally get if you're used to getting 4th in the Master League.
I like that. I like that. Have you ever seen like tournament styles where the loser doesn't immediately fall off the brackets? They face off the other loser and keep climbing a secondary bracket.
Yep.
It's kind of like that, and it's more fair because you could have been pitted off, let's say theoretically, against like the strongest guild on the first match, and it's like, is that fair? It's not. It's so not fair. And then you drop out of the tournament in the beginning. They're like, those guys are losers. They lost at the first bout. And it's like, come on. That's not fair. So I think this is a completely fair system. I'm going to throw my hat behind that and say, if anyone sees this math and is like, well, that's weird. And because, they don't know how math works and stuff, like, and like how tournaments work. I'm gonna put my neck out there and say this is fair. At least in this area, it's fair. You could argue maybe they should give us more gems, less. I think this is a great amount of gems, first of all. But you could argue the in between. But the fact that they are positioned the way that they are, just slightly offset like this of each other, like where there's overlap, is really, really good and appreciated. So Good job, Square aiming. Good job. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. And then I think about the last part about it is that I do expect the seed or the leagues themselves, I expect to be kind of an MMR, or basically I expect each guild will face off against another guild with the same or similar record, whether they're using points or win-loss. So as you go on, if you keep winning, you'll go up against other guilds that have won all their matches. If you lose one, you'll go up against teams. So as you go forward, I would expect to see more and more guilds of a similar caliber to your guild, and which will be nice. The first few matches it'll sort people out, but then after say 4 matches, you'll really be faced up against a lot of teams of a lot of guilds of similar power levels. So I do think it'll be an excellent system. Have high hopes for it. Very, very excited for seeing how it all works out. And yeah, of course, our guild, I think we're all really hoping it comes out quickly. The JP did have a period of time before it was released, but a lot of times we get stuff that they had to wait for relatively quickly.
I think that's good. Yeah, that's definitely good to let other people know and kind of get them excited, because a lot of people don't know, and it was just something I was said in the chat. But yeah, get them excited for the gems. I think it'll increase arena competition at least a little bit more. I think people are gonna go more try hard, because they want the gems, because gems can be used for pretty much anything, unlike the arena tokens. Um, so yeah, and there is a really big difference. Like I don't remember all the numbers for all the tiers and stuff like that, but I think Masters 2 gets like 1600 and then Masters 1 gets like 2500. So that gap is so big that it has to create some competition for sure.
Oh yeah, the first place, the difference is pretty large, but there's still the the first place in the next lower one is, like I said, is the same as third in Masters.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's definitely there's some great incentive for getting that top spot. Let's see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously not to mention, I don't know if we forgot, but just like 30 gems per match times 30 days, I think, or I don't know, times something. That's almost 1,000 gems in itself.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The 30 gems per match. Again on the arena side, and then also, I think 10 gems for liking a guild member's comment or something like that.
Interesting.
For
What?
the non-arena side, just a new daily related to interacting in your guild.
Huh. I had no idea about that, actually.
I forgot about that. I think I knew about it,
had
but then
zero clue about that, actually. Hold on.
And we encourage other guilds, like if they want to have fun, you know, go into the guild. If you see a tough match, whether you're up against us or someone else, you see a tough match,
Mhm.
someone in the guild can like post a picture, and you guys can try to dissect it together. Just have fun with it. It's like a group thing, right? So
Mhm.
it's good fun.
There was one thing I wanted to mention about the guilds. Oh, I can't remember. Shoot, it just left my brain. But yeah, that's a lot of dead air. See, those are the kind of moments, Trop, that, I think you could chime in. But you've done well today's stream compared to
Yeah.
last time, I think.
Dude,
I guess we did
last
talk
time
too much
definitely
last
wasn't
time.
that
So.
kind of dead air.
Huh?
Yeah, it does remind me though. Did you end up using your Dark Saber Cub?
I
Me?
didn't.
I did.
But Pac did.
I did for my. Okay, I recorded it. So you guys didn't even see it technically yet. How'd you know? How'd you know I used Darksaber? I don't remember using them at all this week, other than the very last match.
Because when we checked the final rankings for the day,
Oh,
we
gotcha. Yeah,
but
that makes
I
sense.
did use Claude for most of the week, which I also did recommend. I think he was pretty
You'll
good.
you'll see the Saber Cub. It's pretty great. Well, I think I used it for the last 2 matches, but I really only needed it for the second to last, technically. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty great. I'll post it. No, I'll live stream it. I'll watch myself playing it because I recorded it, and I want you to see it live and give the commentary live.
That could be good. You're a React streamer now.
I am technically, aren't I?
React to your own stream.
Yeah. But something about the guilds. The fact that we.
Try to jog your memory.
Celery. So how many gems do you get every month for free? For just doing 5, basically what is 5 Blossoming Door stages?
2,000.
2,000 gems for doing 5 stages. Sure, they are harder than usual, but he's getting, because at this point, Trop, and I aren't quite where Celery is, but I'm getting pretty close. I think most of my S ranks are almost fully bloomed. The ones that I do have, at least at the moment, right? I don't have Elena. Who else am I missing that's bloomed? That has bloom potential.
Baramos?
I have Baramos. I haven't bloomed him. So it's Baramos and Squid. Squid's not even halfway. He's 1/4 of the way bloomed. Well, that's technically like almost, no, it's more than 1/4, right? Because Some of
Guild, yeah.
the balloon things overlap with each other. So let's say it's not a third, but not a fourth, somewhere in between. And I haven't started on Baramos, and I don't have Elena. Is there any unit like Elena that I don't have that's ballooned? I don't think so, right?
DLTF?
I have
Oh, that you
DLTF.
don't
I ballooned
have,
him. I
that you
ballooned him.
don't have.
Yeah, I ballooned
Kirill?
DLTF. Kirill. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I don't have Kirill. That's it. So, if you had the gold Celery, would you be able to bloom everybody already?
I think so. Let's see, I've got Dragon Lord half bloomed. Baramos I don't have bloomed except for like maybe one or two of the little bitty nodes to use up some talent points. And Peacock I don't have bloomed. I think that's it. I think it's just Baramos, and as far as the S ranks. The A ranks, I don't have Dark Skeleton fully bloomed. I have some of the little ones, but I have like over 2,000 silver branches and almost 2,000 gold branches, so I could easily bloom all of the A and below. But as far as the S ranks, I've got I think 180 branches right now. I haven't done my blossoming doors for the month yet.
But basically, what I could say is, even if you have enough steady, like if you were going at just blossoming door for 20 this whole time for like the rest of the time, you still would probably have enough resources, right, to blossom every S rank that comes out. I think. Right, I might be exaggerating here, but you still are getting 2,000 gems every month, and someone who's only going up to floor 20 is getting basically half, which is still really good. For 5 stages, you could get up to 2,000 gems every month, or 1,000 in the case of people that are half that, and which is I think that's a good range, right? It's floor 20 to floor 40. That's a pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's where most people are with like a day one account.
Yeah,
roughly.
it absolutely. It definitely seems like people
maybe
tend
even
to
less.
get
I think it might be
stuck at
like
20.
18 to 40 for most day one accounts that are consistently playing, and that's probably fair, right? Maybe is there arguments for anything below 18 for a day one account?
I don't think so. I don't even know that I've seen anyone stuck on 18 for a while. Like that was the first hard stage, but
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anyone stuck there. I have still seen a good number of people talking about being stuck on 20. Not necessarily day one people, just that seems to be much more of a sticking point than 18. Now that Blossoming Door has been out for more than a month. Yeah, so Avery's at 20. I've seen a lot of people stuck at 20. So that would be what I would consider the first sticking point, and then after 20,
Because some people just don't have the time. It's a lot, right?
yeah, maybe there's some I've noticed some people commenting about 25 still being a sticking point.
But think about it. You're getting 2,000 a month. Who knows how many gems you're getting from the stamina refreshes every month? But not stamina usage for basically what's a free to play account shouldn't be too much for you, right? Like for our whole guild, but it should still be substantial. We have a few people, maybe Sharkai might be doing a few refreshes, or someone else might be on our guild.
Yeah, Sharkai does some, Nocturne does them. Like we definitely have some people that reliably refresh.
So everyone's offering different things to the guild table. There's the potential of getting up to 5,000 every month for arena. We're getting a lot of free gems depending on your involvement in the game. You already get gems for logging in every day, basically, and doing the arena and doing a few things. And you're getting more with everything. It's the amount of gems we're getting is crazy, I think.
Yeah, I think
it's all tailored to
the
involvement.
standard metric before all these bonuses was about 10,000 gems per month.
Mm-hmm.
That was the the general just standard event gems, login gems that you would get before these bonuses. So if you take that and then you add the 2,000, the 5,000, and then at least another, let's see, that was 5,000, then 30 per match, so that's another 1,000, plus another, say, 1,000 for the stamina ranking, because you figure if it goes from, was it 1 to 2,000? I think 2,000 was rank 1, so even if you get half of rank 1 plus the 300, I mean, you're talking about a potential of another 10,000 gems, so it could definitely about double your free gems compared to what people got before.
That's very good, and I don't know if most players see that because it's like pennies here, pennies there, but it all adds up. I guess for people who do refreshes, that must be great because now they have gems to spare for pulls, they have gems to spare for, refreshing. A lot of the stuff guarantees are at 45k. They don't have to go to the 90 if they just at least want one copy, and then they could get the rest through I call them shards, fragments, and master metals converted to fragments. So I think it's really generous, but it's easy to miss. It's just like how I was mentioning that the arena medals are easy to miss too, because you get paid out through the week and then at the end of the week, right? But if they stacked up and paid you out at the end of the week, then you'd see there's this fat stack of arena medals, and people would be like, yeah, I really should stick out to the end of the week and cash it out, because if you don't cash it out, you don't get it. Maybe you just leave the rewards there and you never cash out, you never check in for, I don't know, it's up for what, like a few days, a week? How long do those I've never instant gratification, right? Anyone playing a gotcha, but how long would those rewards stay there if you didn't cash it out? The arena,
I would assume a week. The only thing that makes me think they might auto cash out is if you've ever not cashed out your tact points. I only know this because I was my wife's account when I briefly
Angelo,
had that.
Junkel, Eric, sorry, and Young Terry. Yeah, I think you could actually meet that goal. I think you can, just with the amount of gem increase we'll get from the guilds. Even being part of a moderately respectable guild or just an average guild will still net you, I think, a lot of gems. So I think you're well on your way, Avery, to getting all those units. Actually, I don't know if you'll have them as max awakened, as your normal Terry is, but like. But maybe a few here and there, you might get, if you're going all in on some unit, just these units, you're bound to get one again, just like you did with Terry. So that's pretty good for you. Yeah.
But what I was saying is, if you don't redeem or look at your tact points, they automatically go into your bank after the week.
I didn't. When did they do that update? Because it used to be they disappeared, right? No.
No. Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of anyone not looking at it. But if you don't look at it, they don't go into your bank until you look at it until the end of the week.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
And so I think arena rewards.
So it's better to never look at it if you're not planning on, I accidentally looked at it on air because it's like I was on air. It's like I have to show that I'm busy doing something. Oh, that was so bad. I missed 3 pulls, and that's forever going to be in my head. It's 900
So-
gems equivalent.
Yep.
Minus the guarantees.
So, but yeah, I think arena medals might be the same, where if you don't redeem them before, the week ends, they might automatically go into your inventory. I haven't tested that one though.
Karakuri is saying he's digging the battle roads, giving 130, it's 135 silver week currency per clear. Yeah, for the 6 and 7, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think in the time that we were doing this stream, I got like 30,000 just doing that, and I don't know if I'll keep doing that, because I like overnighting the regular road, because I still haven't cleared out the coral shop, and for me that seems more important. I still have, looking at this, there's 8,466 5 gold exchanges that I have left to do. And I would like to clear that out. As well as there's a bunch of other resources here. I still would like some of the blue stones, green stones, red stones, because I'm never going to farm those again. So it's nice getting them in the form of, in the shops, so you don't have to farm them. Yeah, the codexes, stuff like that. Maybe even eventually switching to the Blizzard Claw or the Dark Rod. I would like to farm a few more of those. Unfortunately, didn't get UKM, so the Heat Axe is off the table for now. Do we have a single login left for UKM, or is that done?
That's a good question.
I think there might have been one more daily left. No, I think it's done. So I have to go all tacked just to get him, if at all.
To build your robot army.
Yeah.
Oh man, now Monday there's going to be Bones, there's going to be another Seraphy. Like, I don't even know what to spend the
Who does
talents on
Bones
anymore.
synergize the most with? And I'm still salty that he has, 2 horns rather than one. Makes no sense. Keep going.
Yeah, because
you talked about how good Bones was, but like, who does he synergize? Like, what team? There's no undead physical teams, right?
But he's not just physical, his breath is strong too. I think he just generally... you'll bring him whenever, I don't know, maybe whenever you also want the Zam. Like, I get what you mean.
Oh.
He doesn't specialize in everything, but he's got a really strong Zam attack, I guess.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of Zam breaths. Or any, really. I mean, Starks is no good.
And his breath can curse, which is, a gambler's game, because even once you curse,
It's an
then it's
A-rank
50-50.
breath, or is it B-rank?
I think A.
Oh, that's good.
So, I mean, it's a decent unit. It's a decent unit. Oh, I just don't know what it synergizes with, yeah. No leadership's gonna help it. Probably not even its own.
Yeah, Starscream's pointing out the obvious, which is that's good to point out. I don't think that they're going to get rid of it, though, because at this point, everyone's, cashed out, and it's just a whole bunch of extra work for nothing, really. I mean, all the, people that benefited from the Battle Road giving extra gems this time, extra event currency this time, already benefited from it. And it's kind of unfair that the people that weren't in the loop are still out of the loop. So if this gives them more time to discover it, sure, why not? It evens the playing field. And as far as aiming is considered, I think they're better off just leaving the loophole open. Less work for them, which is actually a good thing, I think, because then they could put their effort somewhere else. Damn, you can't undo, and if you did at this point, it wouldn't make sense. You just might as well let it be even for everybody, have everyone have equal access to this amazing thing. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say it'll stay, but if it doesn't, farm it now. But don't be afraid to switch to doing like something that's more efficient for the other event currency, because you still have to clear out that shop too. Digital communism strategy. Don't forget that, folks. It applies to clearing shops as well. We have Hell Gladiators. Silver Spectre is a good point. Yes. Silver Spectre is actually nice. I liked his kit. If he had one more move, he would have been pretty crazy. Like move, not like an ability. I like how in this game we have move and ability, and you can't get the two mixed up. Why don't they just call it movement? I don't get it. King Kelp is actually... King Kelp slaps. Did you notice that? So other A ranks, when they're splitting their damage, multi-hit damage abilities, it'd be like... It's going to be 4 hits, and it's going to distribute between, like, 3 different units. And it's like, you don't know who the 4 hits is going to hit. But with King Kelp, it's like, no, he just spanks everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, King...
Kelp slaps the shit out of people.
Yeah, dude, King Kelp slaps. He spanks, bro. It's great. If he just had, again, more move, and he would be fine. 3-turn arena, I could see that happening. That's pretty fun. Bones of Baramos. Yeah, the most jaw-dropping physical undead team. Good pun. Alright. And yo, Nocturne, I watch your tutorials all the time. Your Sorrow 150 was really creative. Yep. Yeah. Get to those blossoming doors, huh? I think I'll clear it out this month. We didn't fully cover this A rank and below week though. So leaders could be, you know, there was one other unit. There's one other unit that we had that also had a leadership, but I don't know. Let me look through my A ranks really quick. There's something I wanted. Oh, inorganics. Gildan Britches has 10% to inorganic physical potency. Are there any good A rank inorganic teams? There's him. There's I want to say there would have to be... The Pandora's box is okay, but he's not too good. He has a lot of HP. Holy crap.
Sadly.
Yeah, Pandora's box is tanky. That could work, potentially. They just don't have enough range is the problem. But Pandora's box, Gildan Britches, I think there was one particularly that I liked. It was the one with the shield tackle.
Yeah, armor guy.
Alarmer. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Alarmer.
And on this map, again, the ranges are all pretty close, so no big deal. So again, if you don't have access to the beast strategy, which is like, why wouldn't you? Like literally everyone in the game has a maxed Hellion or a maxed Percival, should at least. So you should have the beast route like fully fleshed out. But if you don't, you could go the inorganic route. Get that. You could get Gildan Knot is actually really fast when he gets hit. You give him the inorganic claws. The inorganic claws are nice. They have physical potency on them instead of like martial or something. 4% physical potency. The rolls are 13 for agility and 3% for inorganic physical brilliance, 11 attack, 17 agility at base. That's pretty nice. That's what I would give to Gildan Knot, just to make him a little faster. He gets hit and he speeds up, so he won't miss when it's his turn to hit. So that's pretty good. It stays for one turn though, so that's it. You know, it's not going to help him move before another unit, but it will help him not miss. So that's good. As far as good B rank beasts go, I think what are the permutations? We didn't cover permutations. It's 155 weight. So you have, let's say you have 3. Let's say you have 4 A ranks, right? 4 A ranks is
4 A's. And
then you
one D rank.
Yeah. I would want to fit Saber
A's
Cub.
And 2 B's.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So you could have 4 A ranks is 140 weight, leaving you 15 weight for, say, like a Saber Cub.
Yep.
Or, like you said, you could do 3 A ranks, and which is 105, leaving you with 50. Yeah, so 2 Bs, right? So you could bring... Yep. Tiger Jackal's not bad. He doesn't have a lot of range, but he could tackle in and then finish like with mince. I actually like that unit. He seems like a better mincer than even Hellion is, other than, Hellion being 4 move. There's very good... So you could put him in and Dark Saber Cub in if you're going to go with the B rank route rather than the full A ranks, which kind of makes no sense. I like Dark Saber Cub, but I do think that regular Saber Cub is a lot more powerful.
Dark Saber Cub, he loses out on a lot of his power due to there's not going to be any mystery, dark.
But I never
lord
used him
types.
for that anyways. Going single
if you
target
bring
on
Robin
arena doesn't get you enough for the cleave usually. And even him facing mystery units, he's never going to hit a mystery unit as hard as a regular Saber Cub is going to hit someone who's whoosh weak. There's no comparison. It's not even close. So I don't know. He is fast though. That's the thing he has over Saber Cub. I'll give him that. He's a very fast unit. So if you give him like a jacket, he's extremely fast, and then just tankiness or a flail or something, then he's basically unstoppable, I think. Whereas Cub suffers from agility problems. I
think if you were to go the 2B rank, definitely Dark Saber Cub's one of the strongest options, if not the strongest option.
So assuming everyone does a hybrid team that has like Clary on it, because I'm not willing to accept everyone going full beast or full dragon or full inorganic. Would you say which team, including Claria or any must-haves like Boreal or Claria if you have them max? I don't know. Which leader? How would you rank them? Dragons, beast, inorganic for the leadership, or would you go beast, dragon? Like if you had access to everything. You have everything, all of its max.
I think as far as leadership goes, I think Beast has the advantage of being able to properly utilize leadership. You can easily do a 5 physical Beast team.
Yeah, but you're including
inorganic,
Claria. Claria is on that team, so it's going to be a 4 beast team.
4 physical Beast
at the most.
But
I'm running 5.
Depending on your matchups, unless as long as you can dodge Heligator, I think Crack is really strong. There's a lot of Crack weak beasts.
So is Dragons going to be with Heligators going to be the stronger defense team compared to the beasts, or?
I think the Dragon team is going to be stronger defense in general. Mm-hmm. The beasts, like Trop mentioned, the beasts are pretty glass cannony as a whole. They have high movement, high damage, but lower defensive stats. Whereas
Percival could be built with a lot of HP. He just doesn't have defense.
He doesn't.
Great Saber Cat has an okay amount for a B rank. Not amazing.
And yeah, that's.
Dude, you could go Great Saber Cat and Dark Saber Cub with 3A ranks, right? And then you could get all that cleave.
Literally what I'm doing.
You could get all that cleave.
That's a lot of cleave.
You skip out on the Saber Cub and his shortcomings of not having agility and HP, or having to choose between the two instead of attack, and just go straight to cleave with high agility, high HP. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Well, you figured me out. That was my plan all along, to go AAABB, 5 beasts.
Interesting.
And not have to use the D1. That's
because
so
the D1's nice. I want it to work in theory, but everything in a digital world is, again, the digital communism. It's like, do you need an A rank ability that can one-shot units, or do you want AoE that just hits a bunch of? So it's like, I don't know, because it could miss. And
I mean, from my experience using Saber Cub,
has been good in the past, but I don't know.
He's good, but a lot of times I think the double B is probably better,
safer, more consistent, It might be more consistent.
Because like one of the big issues with Saber Cub is because you're building him agility, you can't move in turn 1 a lot of times.
Yeah, you'd have to clear the path for him if you would want him to move in. He'd have to pick someone off to the sides and not be in the middle.
The only way you can move him in turn 1 is if your opponent has placed, one whoosh weak unit all the way to the side, and you can go up and take that one out and be in range of nothing or almost nothing.
But those kind of like risky strategies where you could miss is kind of a low level, but it's a good entry strategy for people who don't understand arena mechanics and aren't, going for the heavy agility. Because, goodness, for people starting out in arena, HP is the greatest stat in the game. For experts, agility is the greatest stat in the game. At least making sure your units already have it, then you don't even have to build it. But there's some high-level play that some players do, and I don't necessarily want to recommend those strats if they can't pull them off. So if it's like, if thinking about figuring out a strat is too much for you, and you're like, well, I have like a 70-80% success rate with a Cub, it's like, okay, go for it then. But like, because you might not literally, but you know what I mean in general. Because if they're doing the high level, because it's like they can't win the normal way, so it's like they're relying on chance.
Great Saber Cat, yeah.
They're relying on chance.
Great Saber. Okay, that's
great. Saber Cat's good.
I was about to say you're running that 165 weight.
Great, but that makes sense, right? Claude, Percival, Sloan, Great Saber Cat, Dark Saber Cub. I just wanted to kind of put that in there because I'm sorry, I have to hop off, guys. I'm gonna do a quick workout, then I got to get on Apex, so it's about time for me to hop out. But you guys have a good rest of the stream.
All right.
Take care.
Yeah,
thanks again, Trop, for showing up.
Congrats to Knock for beating 33.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Saber Cub, I think double B is definitely has some advantages. I'm trying to think if I have a fourth A that I would run. I may do the same. I have my Great Saber Cat bloomed from the Nocturnus Free the Phantom Realm. So I may do, even though I'm not running Beast, I'll definitely be doing. So I guess it would be between double B or potentially Heligator as my fourth A. My first three being Boreal, Claria, and Gigantus. So, or Percival, of course.
So
Percival's
are you always
really
going to go with
strong.
that permutation, or will you do the other permutation sometime? So how are you going to determine which one, when are you going to use what, or like, what do you see yourself using the most? AAABB or AAAAD?
I feel like I'm probably just going to go 4 A's in Saber Cub.
Interesting. So even though you listed Saber Cub's shortcomings, you're still...
Yeah. I think he's still, especially, having...
Do you just not have the gold to drop on Great Saber Cat's bloom, or...
No, he's already bloomed. He's already bloomed.
What about talent points? I don't have any talent points on mine. I have him bloomed, but no talent points.
He's in a good spot from Free the Phantom Realm. I just don't know. Basically, it's comparing those two to whatever, basic. Yeah, it would be Percival. Probably Percival is the most likely fourth A. Because Boreal and Gigantus, I think, are both absolutely locks, and I think Clary is a lock. So that's 3 locks. So it's just a debate, basically, over...
Striking Saber Cat has 5 befuddle for Trop, but he could definitely still sub that out. It's not getting leadership bonus. It's not getting anything. Out of all the units on his team, that's the one that's the most versatile, because he could occasionally bring in, if there's crack weakness, he could bring Claria. If, he needed some typeless, he could go straight for... Does he even have his Gigantes prepared?
Well, he's not bringing Striking Sabercat. He meant
joke.
Great Sabercat.
Oh, he meant Great Sabercat?
Yeah. So,
Okay. Let me read this again.
He listed a 65 weight team. Oh, 165. But the Avery is saying Heligator, Claria, Gigantus, Great Sabercat, Dark Saber Cub, which I think is absolutely solid if you don't have Boreal.
Who would be a good replacement then on his team? Either Slon or Percival, right? Because Claude is consistently going to do great damage, I think.
Yeah, max away Claude, I think, is absolutely something you're going to want to bring.
Percival, if he's in the front, he could run in for that rolling attack, right? His roll, and hit at least like 2 guys, maybe even more.
Yeah, depending on their lineup, you could hit up to 3.
Who's a good sub in for Claria? Because you're never going to use Crack and Bang at the same time, right? So maybe Slon, right? No.
Yeah.
A lot of his team is typeless, and most of his team is typeless.
Yeah, depending on what element weaknesses you're facing, you could swap Slon out. Bang has been pretty solid in A rank, A and below in the past. It hits Gigantus, which is a big threat. It hits Claria, who's now a big threat. It hits Hellion, who was a big threat. I don't know if he's still going to really make the cut.
Celery, I have a question. With Devil's Finesse, if you outspeed your enemy, and they have no evasion, like Elena, do any of those hits have a chance of missing? Like the same way that Slons do? Because Slon could outspeed someone, and according to someone, it's still like 80% accuracy. Like as a cap or something?
I think that...
Because that's...
I've never seen
Finesse miss. I've never seen it miss for someone who's slower than me. But I've seen Slon miss all the time, even for someone slower.
Probably can't. A lot of the A rank multi-hit abilities, if not all of them, have 100% base accuracy.
They should fix the Slon one, because that's stupid. He's already so slow. It's like if you build him for agility, you should reward that player and make sure it's not the 80% thing. That's not fair.
If not all of them, most of the B rank multi-hit abilities have like a 80% or something base accuracy.
They need to fix that. They need to fix that. It just makes no sense anymore, I think, at this point in the game. What do you think?
Yeah, it is. I don't know if there's any reason for it, really. Besides, that's just how it was. But yeah, Alina doesn't miss with her triple hit. Same with Bianca.
And Elena's pretty old
Deborah.
though as a unit, and that ability, it's not her bloom ability, so it's going way back as they made that decision, which is interesting, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
So, but yeah, that's definitely he could sub out his Slon if he doesn't
Avery,
need the
who are you
bang
giving
damage.
leadership to? Heligator? Does he have leadership? What does he get?
I mean, he has something. I don't know if it's
Everyone
something
has
good
something. Everyone has something. Let me check. I'm almost there. You don't have to
but-
throw it in the comments.
Yeah, it would have to be Heligator because Claria's
Raises physical
only
potency
boosts healing.
5%, so he's basically like Slon.
Okay, yeah, it's better than nothing.
It'd work with Gigantes, because who has Who has like a what is Gigantes? Is it demon? Demon attack? Demon physical up?
Yeah,
Who has
I
that?
think one of the like Great Troll or something might have that.
Yeah, that might be 20%, right?
Not
And that
Great Troll.
defense.
Boss Troll might have that.
Ooh, let me see. He's not a bad unit. Surprisingly, people trashed on him when he first came out, which is like that's when he would have been his best. You know, everything has gotten a lot crazier since then. Yeah, okay. Boss Troll, you could go the troll route. I went talking about inorganics. You could go the troll route if you really like trolls for whatever reason.
Boss
The
Troll.
demon route, that's not bad.
I mean, it would be really funny to run a demon team of
Like
Boss
high
Troll,
HP, you know.
Gigantus, Troll as one of your 2Bs.
Yep. I mean, it wouldn't be
Uh,
powerful, but it's like still. I mean, kind of. It would make for a great
Yeah.
arena defense team if it was A and below.
Yeah,
for sure.
it would be that would be a straight avoid if I saw that.
You
on
can't. Can you
my
avoid?
options.
Can you avoid in the arena wars?
No, in the guild.
In the guild wars,
I don't
yeah.
think so, but that would definitely be a pretty funny guild defense team. Just the
We're
troll
spilling guild secret. No, I'm kidding.
literal troll defense team.
Cyclops as the other. Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cyclops. Yeah, so Cyclops and Troll are two very solid B rank units, demon units. So you just need one more A rank. Just throw Claria in there, like we said.
Or Bodkin Boyer. But
Well,
yeah,
Bodkin,
Clary.
Yeah, Bodkin as a demon. You go full demon. Have that 10% boost on your entire team. Very tanky team, fairly high damage. It could be interesting. Like, I didn't think about it because you never think about Boss Troll. But
I'm not saying it's more better than the inorganic or the beast or the dragon route, but it's still interesting.
might
It's fun.
be something to keep in mind for the next A and below.
If it is
arena
on the
week.
guild, because do we get boosts for the guild wars too? Is there a weekly bonus as well? Like,
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
or would it just mirror what's already happening in the current week?
Well, I don't think it'll mirror because they're 2-week-long seasons, and I expect the seasons to be the same throughout, whether
Doesn't have to
there's a
be.
bonus or not.
They could switch midway through the season.
It could. I don't expect it to.
Yeah.
But for the next A and below regular arena season, when it's 3-turn,
Super low range, yeah. You're right. Other than Gigantes, but
yeah.
and well, we mentioned it, but Bodkin Boyer as well. Decent range, not amazing, but decent.
I think it's definitely an interesting team, and you definitely go full bruiser route where you just kind of wade into the enemy, do as much damage
If
as
Living
possible.
Statue had his bloom, then the inorganic route would be very fun.
Not really care who's left alive at the end of turn 1 because none of your guys are dying. Like that team is you'd have to take all your enemy hits on the same unit to take out one of them. So
Yeah.
pretty interesting. Maybe it'll be a fun team to run against the bots, so that anyone who sees your team can just see that full demon team.
Yeah, it'd be a good day 1 team for sure.
So,
What do you?
But-
What? Well, you already said your predictions for the week. You think there will be a few people maybe in first? Do you think
I
more
think so.
more this week than the current week, or will we have less or more? Is it more
I
difficult
think it's
than
got to be less. I think we were at 11 going into today, so even if we lose a couple, there's 10-ish.
We've lost a few.
Perfect. This week.
I've seen that were both on the guild and not, but we are
Yeah.
up to
So-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. And
No,
that's
still all us.
still that's as of 8 p.m. So that's 15 minutes ago. Red Easer seemed to drop out. Afro did.
Oh yeah, I remember Afro saying something.
Champ Thigh. Ooh, that's almost all of the non-guild members, right? Champ Thigh and Red Easer. Oh, there's the Q dude. Okay, no. So it's gonna be all, whatever it is, it's gonna be all guild members and Q. Because Champ Thigh, and Red Easer are out. Still doing well though.
Yep.
Fair to point out that they're still doing well.
So I think it's such an easy map. We've got the powerful units. I'll say we're gonna have more perfects than this week.
Yeah.
I do, with the numbers coming down a bit. If we're at 7 or 8, I think we can get.
What
about
are
that many.
the top picks this week? What are the top picks? Doesn't matter what team it is, what it is, what leader it is. What's the top picks this week, and that we're going to see out there? And what do you think?
Like what are we going to see a lot of, or what's the best unit to bring?
Both. You could answer those separately. Yeah.
I think we're going to see
The community
lot,
top picks versus your top picks.
Community top picks are going to be farmable A. So I do expect us to see Heligator, who's going to be pretty rough to deal with. Has massive HP pool, good resistances. And same as luckily I think we actually are getting to a better place in the A and below. The last A and below I think was probably the worst A and below week, because
I don't know,
there
the
were,
first one felt like the worst one. But that was so long ago, it'd be hard to remember.
The first one was the worst for perfecting, but there was more diversity. The first one, you had a bunch of
See, I scale the bar as just perfecting.
mediocre. Yeah, the
Or
first
getting
A and
close to
below
perfect.
week, we had a ton of mediocre units to choose from. So you just put out whatever you happen to have, Awakens on, because at that point you didn't have Max Awaken on all the general pull A ranks. You just put out whatever you had, and went with it and did as well as you could. So you saw everything. Like, there's a lot of tanky stuff, because Green Dragon was the first farmable A rank, and you saw him a bunch, and Ragnar I think was even out at that point. So, but you saw everything. But then the last one, it was Kiefer, Slán, Percival, who was the... I feel like there was it was basically like 4, maybe it was Ragnar, but there was basically 4 units that you saw on every single team. And it was the the least interesting week of any week total, because you were almost guaranteed to have little to no variation in your choices. You were going to see 3 of the 4 common A ranks. Every single, all 5 of your choices were going to have 3 of those 4. And so that one I consider the worst A and below week and the worst week overall because there was just no variation. Everyone was running the exact same stuff because the best units were all farmables and they'd all come out relatively recently.
Did Kage almost perfect the A and below week, or did he perfect the A and below week with the dragon boost? Do you remember how they were getting a double boost or so? I can't remember.
That was an A and below week.
wasn't?
That was
Okay.
a second. Yeah. So.
But he got pretty close because A and below week he had like the Boreal maxed, he had Orochi maxed, he had Black Dragon maxed. He had some pretty long-ranged units, and he was doing pretty
dragon team. So, but this A and below week, I think we finally have enough powerful A rank units that we're going to see more variation. So that you'll have more options, not just of what you use, but of what you face.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like always, I expect the farmable A ranks to show up most often.
And what are your... So that's the community is farmables, and yours were just Gigantes, Claria, and some sort of like leader for either beast or dragon.
Yeah, like I said, I'm probably just running Boreal, and he's probably gonna have his own leadership, and that's it, maybe. Like, I don't even know if I'm running Heligator or not. I might, because I might go the double B rank. Kind of like the all demon theme team, with the small map. So, yeah, for what I think the best units to bring, I think Claria, as long as you can keep her safe, she's very squishy, and Slann is likely to still show up, a reasonable
funny though,
amount.
because they're both, weak to each other, right? Slann's weak to Zam and Crack.
But yeah, but Slann probably, as long as he doesn't miss too much, he probably kills Claria, whereas Claria will not kill Slann without a decent amount of extra help.
Which shouldn't be too hard, because Slann is slow even with a decent build. So someone might be able to, come in and finish him off with some sort of cleave.
But he does have very high HP and very high defense. So, like, physical attacks won't do much to him. It's pretty much...
There'll be enough paired with Claria to finish him off, right?
I mean, Claria hits... What is it, like 650 brilliant with staff, something like that?
With no leadership.
Maybe a little bit.
She's hitting harder than Great Dragon is. I know that. Just a little bit more than him.
I don't think my Claria has ever hit harder than Great Dragon without a Zoma leadership.
Thought she was. I don't know. With the new
Great Dragon
staff
hits for over 800, and I don't think Claria hits that hard.
It's close though. It must have been the magic boost week because it was magic and crack. Yeah. That's
magic
fair.
And crack and nature or
the nature and spell or crack.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, on regular non-boost, I think she hits for about 650. I think that was with
that's not
Dark Crystal staff. So I think she hits a little bit harder now with the Greycoat staff.
That's why I'm trying to say it's closer to what Great Dragon does. It's certainly better than Boreal, it feels like sometimes.
I mean, my Boreal hits for 800.
Then again, my Boreal is not Max Awaken, so
yeah, I don't think Claria is.
My Boreal is 1 Awaken.
Yeah.
So I don't even.
So no, I think Claria even at, say, if the Greycoat staff gives an extra 100 damage, which I think is generous. I think it's probably not an extra 100 damage
compared to the Dark Crystal. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah.
Not in
So-
arena, but outside of arena for sure.
Right. So, even we'll cut the difference at 50. She probably does around 700 damage. Then Slan, I think, is usually running maybe 1100 HP. Maybe a little lower. Like he's gonna take at least 2 physical attacks on top of Claria to take out, I think is my guess. Or Claria plus Boreal would do it 100% of the time. But
Do you feel like that caps the week out, or what do you think? Is there anything else we should mention, or we are running on about 3 hours, 2
yeah,
hours
we're coming
now?
up on 2 hours here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as far as the best units to bring, Claria, Boreal, and Gigantus, I think are top 3. And I don't necessarily. I think Claria might be the weakest of those 3, just because she's the squishiest. She's the one you have to protect the most. But all 3 are incredibly powerful, mainly due to their range. They all have at least 6 range. They all have AoE. They're gonna do, and Crack is still very strong even in A and below rank week. There's a lot of things you can hit hard with Crack damage. So I think those are the 3 best to bring, and then fill it out with either if you're running 4As, there's only one 15 weight unit at Saber Cub. Nothing else I think is like, I can't think of anything else that would be reasonable to bring. And if you're running 2Bs, I think the 2 beasts that we've been mentioning, Dark Saber Cub and Great Saber Cat, are some clear winners there. That high move and cleave is a really strong combination, especially with this map. I think that's good for the week.
Oh, look,
like I
there's
said,
WA Sunny instead of AW Sunny. Look at, are you seeing that rank 28 in arena?
WA Sunny,
That's funny.
the Watch Arena Guild.
Yeah. Where's I know Starscream said he got crit by a 0 wake Elena, which is harsh. You gotta 0 wake Elena. She might be fast, she might not be fast, right? You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
But I think trying an arena versus not trying an arena, it's only a few hundred points, difference for the a few hundred arena medals. So even if you're like top 50, top 100 versus being top 10 or first, you're getting a sizable amount of medals for just trying.
Yep. I mean, I would say I average like 25-ish. I get top 50 almost all the time, but I think I can count my number of top 10s on one hand.
Whereas someone like you have more gold trophies than I do, but I have more first place finishes, which goes against, I think what was it? The digital communism strategy, right? Like less is more kind of, I don't know. Like, it's like, I won more weeks than you, but I think I've lost more medals than you have. Medals and trophies.
Yeah,
Because
and
I've
was
gotten a few 300 finishes by accidents, or some stuff has happened, like I accidentally just autoed or something, or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I got wiped
leave
out
the
by a
auto
team
on.
because I face like a high level team just for like for entertainment, which I know you don't
Yeah,
have to do. I mean, I don't have to do it either, but I find it for for my viewers, I try to do it less often now. Like I won't face someone unless if I know I could beat them if it's ranked, and if it's unranked, I'll always give it the go. Um,
yeah. So and that was what I was
but yeah,
going toward is that averaging a gold medal, usually getting gold. I was able to max awake Schwarzschild the day he came out.
and your Halberd's been max awake. Your arena cat, is he max awake?
Yep, yeah. All my arena units are max awake, and I think I have like
It's funny
I
because
don't
I've
know,
wasted
maybe
so many on the swords and the other things, and I've got worse rolls than you guys have on all of them. I think I've spent the most on the Omni Stones for the S rank swords.
yeah.
Alchemy
I haven't
stones.
spent any on
And-
stones.
and-
I'm actually
And
considering
I got the worst rolls.
getting the
It's so
Omni.
funny.
Yeah, I'm actually considering getting the Omni Stones this month. Just because I expect to have enough by the time
Halberd's
Genie comes
maxed.
out.
My Schwarzschild's maxed. I've had those two maxed like forever. I never bothered with the Arena Cat. He's at 3 now, I think. 3 awake. He was at 2. Again, I said I put a lot of investment into him because of the last thing I did with 31. But
Yep.
did you get to see that stream later by any chance?
No, I haven't
Did you
watched
see the
that
first one
yet.
or the second one? You saw the first one,
I
part of
watched.
it.
I think the first one I watched some of when you were just resetting for the sleep RNG you were looking
Which
for.
was stupid, but yeah. That's just me being like anti-digital communism strat, trying to be a perfectionist for no reason, and it's like it shoots. I'm shooting myself in the foot doing that, but I don't know. What do you think about? What do you think about that then? What was I?
About
Hold on. What was it that I was just talking? Me grabbing, say, like, all those Omni Stones, like, because I didn't bother to finish Arena Cat, and I don't think you need to, do you? Technically, to get by? I mean, I've gotten by with OKM Max in some cases.
yeah, I don't think you need to. I needed Arena Cat maxed because
I know
I don't
you need, yeah.
or I didn't have Dragon Lord. And Arena Cat filled in for Dragon Lord on several stages. Yeah, I don't know if you need Arena Cat maxed. I don't know if you need Schwarzschild maxed. I haven't. The only thing I used Schwarzschild for was part of my perfecting all of the Orochi clears, because there was, I think, exactly one that required using only organic. And so I threw Schwarzschild and like level 90 Schwarzschild in there.
And I don't need more than 1 or 2, like even 0 awakened for the Genie Sanguini, like it's not going to be an issue, right?
I don't think Genie is likely to need to be rushed for anything. Having that Violent Roar counterattack, I imagine he'll be useful for something.
But it hasn't come up yet, right?
Yeah, it probably will be useful for the same exact things that other counterattack units are useful for.
On top of it having the potential for... Does it stun? Does it stun?
Yeah, it has a potential to stun.
So if they have like a higher... Like if they had super weakness, then maybe there's a decent chance, because it's a B rank ability, right? Or... Violent Roar? What
B
is
rank.
It? Okay, so yeah, it has less than the Beastly Roar. It's not quite, have that.
I think it's a rare chance.
Yeah, it's not occasional, it's rare. So that's not bad. I mean, if they're weak to it, then it's basically occasional. It's 40%.
Yeah, I don't expect Genie to be absolutely necessary for anything. I expect him just to be able to be used, in place of Bianca, or in place of Slime.
Mm-hmm.
You can use Genie instead.
On top of which, he
And
wouldn't be encountering any defense when he uses that, right? Whereas those other two might, right? So his damage.
Well, Slime's is a breath.
Huh?
So.
Oh yeah, Slime's is a breath,
counted
but I
as a
meant
breath.
I was talking about
But-
Bianca, but yeah.
Yeah,
Bianca has a
is
decent
physical.
attack though. She has a decent attack, so it might be
Usually-
the same anyway. Even with 100%
Probably-
potency. Huh? Probably. what?
Probably more on Bianca because Violent Roar, I think, probably hits pretty
It is
low
weak,
damage.
especially if you can't rank it up, and that's basically what it is. It's at base, right? Technically.
Yeah, it always hits at 0. Counters don't. They're always the base ability.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't expect. He might be the first one since Halberd that I don't max awake the first day it comes out.
Yep. That's kind of
Yeah.
how it was with the arena cat for me. She was just not doing it for me. I was just like, I could have had it, but I just didn't have the mats to spend on it. There's really no point at the moment, at least.
Yeah, if Dragon Lord serves the same purpose.
Dragon Lord and
very,
OKM.
very often.
Man,
Yeah.
having Dragon Lord and OKM definitely was helpful. It was just this latest thing. I couldn't figure out what it was with the AI. If you ever get the chance to check it out, put it on ×2 speed. I know those streams are freaking long.
Figure out why it wouldn't do it. Yeah. I
wouldn't.
think Avery has probably the best. Actually, Nocturne mentioned something not too long ago. The leadership. Was OKM your leader?
Nope. And
Yeah,
neither was what's his face? Neither was Kaleidocat. It was always Dragon Lord. It was the leader. Didn't matter if I had Kaleidocat. Didn't matter if I had OKM. They were both.
Okay.
Yeah, leader was always Dragon Lord. But technically, if you think about it, leadership was applied to Kaleidocat, right? Because he got the 20% boost that Dragon Lord does to Frizz. Maybe he was like, that's a priority target. I need to take it. I don't know.
That could be it because.
Wait, no. Dragon Lord still
so-
gets the Dragon Lord still gets the leadership applied to him. He just can't use it for anything. So that doesn't matter either because he still has the leadership on him. I think. I mean, he had 3 stacks of attack. He had 3 stacks of attack up. He had slightly higher HP, more defense. Defense doesn't matter. Breath. There just has to be a glitch somewhere. Maybe it was Hella's armor. Maybe I want to go back and test it, and make sure that there's a way that I can guarantee that he gets hit, because that's so weird. Could have been Hella's armor. Could have been flail for whatever reason. Just I don't know. I can't think of one, but we'll have to see. Yeah. Anyways, I think we covered everything. No coverage, no recaps of anything. I think that necessary, right? We just hit everything on the head, mostly. Because last week we missed stuff because Trop didn't chime in, but this week we even got to the great trolls and the boss trolls. Sorry, and even
the boss troll,
obscure stuff like that. So I think we covered most of it. No one's bringing C ranks. No one's bringing E ranks, F ranks. So it was just the B's, the D's, the A's that were relevant. Is there any case that you wouldn't bring Saber Cub and you'd bring in a different D rank? I don't think so, right?
No.
Under any circumstance. Even with a dragon leader instead of a beast leader, you would still bring Saber Cub instead of a different D rank. Probably.
Saber Cub, he
doesn't even need it.
During the C and below arena week that JP got, every single team that won used Saber Cub.
And was it? Oh, Ooh. He won't need agility for that, will he?
No, not for the sea and below.
Yeah, they're going to be slow enough as it is. Finally. That's going to be his best week since the Beast Week, because the Beast Week he had enough agility and HP as well. I
Yep.
remember using him.
Yep.
That was my first perfect. Was
Yep.
Beast Week.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
We got the triple Arena Watch perfect.
And there's one other guy too. It was just us four. Was that Tengetsu?
I think it.
Because we
think it
thought he
was.
we thought he was a Szechuan, but he really wasn't. Remember?
Yeah,
That might have been
I think it was
Tengetsu. Yeah. I mean, if he's
So-
watching this on replay, he can comment. But I think he's asleep where he is right now, in his time zone. Anyways, I think that covers
that's-
everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week as well. Same time, maybe sooner. 6 is probably better than 6:30. I was hiking today. As you'll see, I will stream my last matches. Spoilers. You could see where I am in the leaderboard already, but I won't say it. But yeah, I'll stream my matches pretty soon. I had it recorded. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks so much for Trop showing in for the time he did, and his contributions were really important. Actually, we would have missed a lot had he not chimed in. And thank you, Celery, for as always for being here. Same time, same whatever. And if you want to join the pack with the pack, go ahead and subscribe down below if you like this video and like this video. If you have something to say, write it down in the comments down below. If you want to support the Arena Watch podcast, go ahead and share our videos. Smash that like button. If you want to see more Arena Watch podcasts, go ahead and hit that bell icon for notifications, guys. This ain't Twitch. Join Kage's gaming Discord server for all the best underground DQT conversations, and join my server for all the best DQT guides. Anyways, guys, this has been the pack signing out. Peace. There's gonna be
Peace.
So no. Wait, I gotta turn off the DQ. Where is it? Where's the DQ music? Which tab is this? I can't find it. I gotta do the outro. Pause. As much as I like that. All right.